Yep, you just witnessed it. You just saw it. Let me know what you think. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. It's the biggest dog Chico to the seat live and in effect coming to you right now. Shout out to the Bleacher Report. Y'all know what to do, man. Hey, we appreciate you checking in. 24-14, Colorado falls to Kansas State Wildcats. Kansas State now bowl eligible. Colorado getting ready to go home and eat some bowls of cereal. But they're done for the season, but the staff will be continuing to recruit, bring in new guys for the Buffs. Coach Prime and staff, of course, he's going to be on top of things. And I think they'll find a way to bounce back this season. You got to retain the guys that red-shirted or freshmen or things of that nature. You have to keep those guys in house if you want to be successful. Losing a bunch of guys, I think is going to put you right back in the same spot to have to be recruiting at key positions instead of keeping those guys that you already have, and that puts you in a situation where you can build off of what you also have around you. You know what I mean? Let me know what y'all thinking right now. Hit that like, subscribe, and comment. And it is Big Dog Chico on live with your post game reaction right here on the Big Dog Chico channel on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the other good stuff. Man, 14-25, Caden Salter in his ball game, 172 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception in his final collegiate game. After such a promising career, having gone undefeated at Liberty, for the most part, great just touchdown to interception ratio, and now he finishes, I think, on a downslide for Colorado. He's going to have to do some things in pro days and things of that nature to set himself up to get paid to play quarterback on another level, whether that's in the NFL, hopefully, I'm sure he wants that, or in the Canadian League, overseas, Austria. Uh, uh, Shoot, they got football in Norway. I was going to get to go play in Japan. Plenty of places you can go play overseas, or you can stay here in America, play arena football, play XFL or UFL, whatever they call it nowadays. You can play some football and get paid and make a living, along with being a professional and using those resources and networks that have been set up through Coach Prime in Colorado. All right, so that's for him. Dallin Hayden, 15 of 66, 4.4 yard average. He was averaging over 6 yards per carry in the first half. Caden Salter had 15 carries, 63 yards, 4.2 yard average. Team stats wise, Colorado had 323 total yards, 172 passing yards, 151 rushing yards on the night, 18 first downs. That's more than K State by 2. 8 of 17 on third down conversions, 25% on fourth down conversions, 1 of 4, and 72 total plays for the Colorado Buffaloes. Let me know what y'all thinking in the chat right now. All super chats will be read. I will be featuring some comments. We will be unstoppable next year. Trust that is what Aretha Burton said. Shout out to AB, Aretha Burton checking in. Appreciate you. I wouldn't trade the last 3 seasons with Prime in Boulder for anything. Who cared about CU football before Prime hit town? That is a discussion that could be had. You're gonna have some loyalists and forever CU buffs out there that's going to say, "Hey man, we've been CU, we've been da da da, we've been this, or we won championship before, we've been competitive before." Yes, 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 that is true. But in recent years, Coach Prime has brought these guys back into the eyeballs, into prominence in college football, as far as being seen and watched and being a threat for the traditional powers that be in college football, with Coach Prime has brought so many things that I think you can build off of. You just got to keep that foundation and keep, as Coach Prime would say, keep the main thing, dog. You know what I mean? And recruiting is key. Good recruiting is a must. And time to pack up Prime's office. Come on, dog. Good recruiting is a must. Must. Why do I say that? Why do I harp on that? It's because Coach Prime has and his staff has such a particular way, or had, I don't know whether that's going to change or not, such a particular way of doing things that they're only going to take a few from here and a few from there, and hopefully that mesh will be exactly what they need. Well, he said he had that correct formula for the high school guys, but it just wasn't for the transfer guys as a whole. and everything didn't mesh, and guys didn't perform the way he felt. And also, you have some coaching staff changes that I think he's going to make. But let me say this, as far as like a comment like this, I think O Miller is leaving. Um, she said, let me make a comment like this. For me being a former football player, no, I wasn't in the quote unquote NIL era like right now, but if I put myself in the position that these guys are in right now, right? And if I say I get a chance to, if I'm a starter now, if I'm a Omarion Miller, if I'm a Jordan Seaton, if I'm who else out there, Drayla Miller, or any of these prominent starters, guys that pretty much you can say have their position. You know they're going to get a chance to play next year and start next year. Why would you leave? Or I want to go play for a better, more competitive team. I want to go play for Alabama or Georgia. Look what Nakai Hill Green did for Colorado last year, leaving Colorado. Now he's playing with Alabama. Hey, that might be one of one situation type deal where you can't compare that and say that everybody's going to do that, have a chance to do that. And I say that to say this. If I'm a Marion Miller or Jordan Seaton, your stock and your chances are already here. They know what you can do from Colorado, whether you're winning or not, because so many odds are on you from the pro level because of who your coaches are and the networking that they have, right? Now, if you just go out there and perform, you're the number one receiver for Colorado. Why leave and go somewhere else to try to be the number one or number two team or receiver for a team that's winning? Well, you're going to get more. You're not going to get any more eyeballs than what you're going to get right now, whether they're watching to see you fail or win. You're going to get the eyeballs and you're going to get calls because of who your coaches are and your networking is. But if you're a guy on the fringe who thinks that they can go play somewhere else, but they're not getting a chance to play at Colorado, that's different than being the man and trying to go and say, I want to be seen more, or I want to get a chance to win more football games. Man, listen, dog, that's for the birds. If you want to set yourself up to be a pro, you're in the right place to do it if you're already in that starting spot and in a position where you're making the plays. Now, you can say, I want a different offensive coordinator. I want to go play for a different style of offense. That's different. Or you can say, I just want to take the money, Chico. But then you got to also look at Isaiah Augusta last year. Allegedly, they're saying that he got offered this much, and then they pulled that money off the table. So you got to be careful of who you're dealing with also in this money and what they're talking about. But if you're a guy that's pretty much set up to go pro already, I would not touch that and take a chance to try to go somewhere else if I don't know that I'm going to be the man, for sure. Omarion Miller had 8 catches for 121 yards, 15-yard average tonight. I wouldn't even be thinking about leaving. I'd be thinking about putting, hey, I should get at least 5 or 6 more targets next year. As a receiver, that's what you want. Targets, and if you know the eyeballs are on you already, why in the hell am I going somewhere? What? I wouldn't even think about going nowhere, dog. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. That should be this whole post-game discussion. If you're a starter, should you think about leaving and transferring out of Colorado just because they're not winning? Let me know. Do your draft stock go up higher because you leave Colorado and go somewhere else? Let me know. But me, shit. If I'm already the man in Colorado, you better believe I'm going to leave being the man, because let me tell you what else matters. Legacy. You go somewhere else as a transplant for 1 year, where are you going to come back to once your career is over? Are you going to come back and be loyal? It's kind of like what Jalen Hurts did, right? He has to, like, where are you going to come back to? If I had 3 years at Colorado, I'm staying at Colorado. I'm going to always be a Colorado Buffalo. Let me know what y'all think. Colorado loses 24-14 to Kansas State. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. I'm going to be up in about the same piece of St. Louis. Yeah, you be naive.